murder dog, truths untold. Chelsea burned deeper than a well, eyes from his lips like a death toll bell.
Hey y'all, Jamie here with Country Diggers. We're going to go into the Bloody Century again, read another story from there. And True Tales of Murder in 19th Century America by Robert Wilhelm. He also does the website murderbygaslight.com. All right, this story is going to be about Lizzie Borden. Did she take an axe or not? All right. And of course, we have to start off with a song. The song is going to be from New Faces of 1952 Ensemble. If you want to go there, just put in New Faces of 1952 Ensemble in YouTube, Lizzie Borden, and it's a long song, but I'm not going to do it all. I've skipped some in the middle, so I'm not going to do it all. All right. I just got in from Salem, and I'd like to get the facts. Someone named Lizzie Borden has done something with an axe. And you're worried because of the hoedown usually held on Saturday night might be ruined because of Lizzie. Isn't that your problem? Right. That what in the world's going to happen with the hoedown now? Something wrong with the hoedown? What's going to happen to the hoedown now? What went wrong with the hoedown? Don't you know what happened yesterday morning sometime between 10 o'clock and noon? The thing that happened without any warning. You mean the trial of Lizzie? What in the world's going to happen to the hoedown? Well, will we ever get the lowdown? Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her parents 80 whacks. Now, as I see it, Lizzie is out of step because she made them put off the hoedown. Is that a problem? Yes. That means the regular social function can't be held because of the trial. Of course, we could get an injunction, or we could just wait a while. Please tell Mrs. Elmer Jury to come down here and set all the jewelry, and get Ebenezer Burney, who is he? The district attorney, and Thomas Jones, and go to the bedroom to wake up the judge. Get Miss Lizzie to bring that axe and come on down with a couple of facts. I got a plan that'll make you smile. We'll have the hoedown with the trial. Come on, everybody. We'll have the hoedown with the trial. Howdy, Lizzie. Howdy, Josh. Where's Mr. Burney, district attorney? There he is. Order in the court. Lizzie, don't budge. Yesterday in Old Fall River, Mr. Andrew Borden died. Now they got his daughter Lizzie on the charge of homicide. Some folks say she did it, and others say didn't do it. Others say of course she did. But I'll agree Miss Lizzie B is a problem, because you can't chop up your papa in Massachusetts, not even if it's planned as a surprise. You know how neighbors love to criticize. And then she got mama in that same old-fashioned way. But you can't chop up your mama in Massachusetts, not even if you're tired of her cuisine. It's almost sure to cause a scene. Well, you can't chop up your mama in Massachusetts, then blame all the trouble on the mice. That kind of thing just isn't very nice. Now, it wasn't done for pleasure, and it wasn't done for spite, and it wasn't done because the lady wasn't very bright. She always done the slightest thing her ma and papa did. They said, Lizzie, cut it out, and that's just what she did. But you can't chop up your mama and papa up in Massachusetts, because Massachusetts is a far cry from New York. All right, I think we all know the rope skipping rhyme that little girls skipped rope to in elementary school. It's a well-known anonymous rope skipping rhyme and was originally sung to the tune Ta-ra-ra, boom, di-ah. Okay, it's Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. We all know that from doing that at school. And a lesser well-known second verse. Andrew Borden now is dead. Lizzie hit him on the head. Up in heaven he will sing. On the gallows she will swing. All right, now on to the story. Lizzie Borden took an axe, or did she? Either Lizzie Borden got away with murder in August 1892, or someone else in Fall River, Massachusetts did. Lizzie was acquitted of the axe murder of Andrew and Abby Borden, and no one else was arrested for the crime. The Borden case has been cold for more than 120 years. Yet criminologists, professional and amateur, continue to pore over newspaper accounts, police reports, and trial transcripts looking for the real killer. There have been many theories, but the case remains unsolved. The date, August 4th, 1892. Location, Fall River, Massachusetts. Victims, Andrew Jackson Borden and Abby Durfree Borden. Cause of death, blows from an axe. Accused, Lizzie Andrew Borden. About 10:45 on the morning of August 4th, 1892, Andrew Borden returned home from his daily errands in downtown Fall River. About half an hour later, his daughter Lizzie found him dead on the couch in the sitting room. She called out to the maid, Bridget Sullivan, who was in her upstairs bedroom. Andrew had been attacked beyond recognition, his skull crushed by hatchet blows. Shortly after, while Lizzie was being tended to by neighbors and a family doctor, Bridget Sullivan went upstairs and found Lizzie's mother, Abby Borden, on the floor of her bedroom, in the same state as her husband. Doctors determined that Abby had been murdered first, an important fact since had Andrew died first, his estate would not have been inherited by Lizzie and her older sister Emma. The police concluded that the murder was committed by someone within the Borden home. Only Lizzie and Bridget Sullivan were home at the time, and Lizzie became their prime suspect. At the inquest on August 9th, Lizzie gave testimony that was confused and contradictory. 2 days later, she was arrested for murder. Lizzie and Emma had grown apart from their father and stepmother to such an extent that the family never dined together. Emma, who seldom left home, was out of town on the day of the murders. John Morse, brother of Andrew's first wife, Sarah, mother of Lizzie and Emma, was visiting the Bordens that week. Andrew had decided to divide his property among relatives while he was still alive. He was in the process of transferring a summer home to John Morse. The daughters felt this property should be theirs. This was thought to have been Lizzie's motive. The trial, June 5th, 1893. Police had found a hatchet with a broken handle in the basement, but it showed no sign of blood. Forensic experts testified that it was not the murder weapon, as it would have taken the killer too long to clean it so thoroughly. Andrew's body was still warm when it was discovered. Similarly, it was argued that it would have taken too long for Lizzie to have changed her bloody clothing and returned to discover the body. A neighbor testified to seeing Lizzie burn a blue dress in the kitchen stove, claiming it was covered with paint. She also terrified to see Lizzie. She was also terrified to seeing Lizzie in a blue dress the morning of the murder. Testified to seeing Lizzie in a blue dress the morning of the murder. A few days prior to the murder, Lizzie had tried to buy prussic acid, a deadly poison, from a local druggist, but her request had been refused. This fact was excluded from her trial. Lizzie had a powerful defense team that included former Massachusetts Governor George Robinson. Though there was compelling circumstantial evidence against her, with the murder weapon successfully challenged, the prosecution had no physical evidence. The defense was able to cast doubt on all of the prosecution's cases. Verdict: not guilty. The aftermath: after the trial, Lizzie and her sister Emma used their inheritance to buy a much larger house in Fall River, which they named Maplecroft. They lived together there until 1905, when, after an argument over a party Lizzie had thrown for actress Nance O'Neill, Emma moved out. Lizzie still remained in Maplecroft until her death in 1927. During the time at Maplecroft, she changed her name from Lizzie, the name on her birth certificate, to Lizbeth, the name on her gravestone. Though Lizzie Borden was found not guilty by a jury of her peers, the public had never been satisfied with the verdict. The story is incomplete, and there is a need to know more. If Lizzie did it, how did she hide the evidence? If she didn't do it, then who did? In the 120 years since Lizzie's acquittal, dozens of authors and media producers have been working to satisfy that need. Here are a few of the theories put forth. It should be remembered that these are all pure speculation, not based upon fact. Bridget Sullivan was angry over being asked to clean windows on an oppressively hot day. She had been sick with food poisoning the previous day. Perhaps she snapped under the pressure and killed her employers. John Morse had been out of the house when the murders occurred. He could have been hiding in the basement, then, alone or with Lizzie's help, killed the Bordens. It has been speculated that Emma was also included in this conspiracy. Lizzie did not get any blood on her clothing because she removed them and committed the murders in the nude. Then she hastily redressed, careful not to get any blood on her dress. William Borden, an alleged illegitimate half-brother of Lizzie and Emma, committed the murders out of revenge after their father failed to submit to his extortion demands. Okay, do we know if Lizzie Borden did it or not? Well, we can't really say because there wasn't any evidence, does it seem like. But has history pointed to her of doing it? Yes. And so, did she do it or not? I'll leave that up to you to decide. Have a good day.